Hello and welcome to the in-depth series section of Drishti IAS. I'm Aisha Singh, and in today's video we will be discussing about the human-animal conflict, and the human-animal conflict is increasing in the state of Kerala, and this is the reason that the Kerala government want the central government to amend the Wildlife Protection Act. So let us first understand the timeline. First we'll be looking at the news, then the demand to amend section on hunting within the Wildlife Protection Act, then declare wild boar as vermin and what is the reason behind it, escalating crisis of human-animal conflict in the state of Kerala, and in the end a prelims MCQ. Topic is of relevance from General Studies paper 3, that is environment section. Something which is important from the exam perspective, that is the Wildlife Protection Act that we will be discussing, and the amendment, that is the recent amendment to it in the year 2022. So let's begin, and the news talks about, so the Kerala Legislative Assembly has unanimously passed a resolution. So the state of Kerala and its Legislative Assembly, it has passed a resolution, unanimous, it means they have a majority on it, and they have asked they have urged and requested the union government to amend the few of the relevant sections of the Wildlife Protection Act of 1972. And the Wildlife Protection Act has recently been amended in the year 2022 also, and this the Kerala government is asking to address the escalating human-animal conflict in the state. So human-animal conflict is when the animals, they come out of their houses or the forest and enter into the space where the humans are living, or the living space of humans, and that is when the human and the animals are coming in conflict with each other. And many a times it is also observed when the humans are going and entering into the space of, or the living space of the animals, and that is also when the human and the animal conflict has been observed. But the problem nowadays which is increasing is, and that is that the human animal conflict, the numbers are increasing with each passing year. And specifically if we talk about the state of Kerala, then the numbers are on a rise, and this is becoming a very big problem for the state of the Kerala. And specifically with the Forest Department of Kerala. And recently what we are observing in the state of Kerala, that is the wild boars are becoming a problem for the people, and specifically wild boars are ruining the farmlands of the people, and they are increasingly doing it again and again. So the demand has been raised from the Kerala government to amend the Wildlife Protection Act. So demand to amend section on hunting within the Wildlife Protection Act, and that is Section 11 of the Wildlife Protection Act of 1972, which regulates hunting of wild animals. So within the Wildlife Protection Act of 1972, Section 11 specifically talks about the hunting of wild animals. So it regulates the hunting of wild animals, and that is why the demand to amend the Section 11 is in place. And if we talk about the clause 1A of the Section 11, then it talks about the chief wildlife warden of a state. So every state has a chief wildlife warden. So under the Wildlife Protection Act, the chief wildlife warden for every state is selected, and the chief wildlife warden of a state may, if satisfied, so there need to be proper guide that the satisfaction of the chief wildlife warden has to be there. If satisfied that a wild animal specified in Schedule 1 has to become dangerous to human life or disabled or diseased beyond recovery, permit hunting or killing of such animal. Now what is it is talking about? See, Wildlife Protection Act 1972, Section 11 amendment is needed by the Kerala government, and within Section 11 clause 1A, which says that the chief wildlife warden of a state needs to be satisfied that the wild animal which comes under Schedule 1, it needs to be proven that the animal has become dangerous or diseased or disabled, and that is beyond recovery. then only the permitting of hunting or killing of the animal needs to be given. So this is what is causing problem, that if the animal is not disabled or diseased or is not causing much problem to the human life, then the guidelines from the chief wildlife warden cannot be given. But in case if it is becoming problematic, then the instructions can be given. And the section gives powers to the chief wildlife warden to order killing of such a wild animal if it cannot be tranquilized or relocated after capturing. Now here the chief wildlife warden has all the powers. So the power is in the hands of the chief wildlife warden. And the chief wildlife warden gets its power from the Wildlife Protection Act 1972, because within the Wildlife Protection Act 1972, the post of the chief wildlife warden is given. Then the Kerala wants to amend the section 11(1)(a) to devolve the above mentioned powers of the chief wildlife warden to chief conservators of forest. So under the Wildlife Protection Act section 11(1)(a), the powers are given in the hand of the chief wildlife warden, but the Kerala government wants that the power of the devolution should take place and the power should be given in the hands of the chief conservators of forest. Then such an amendment would simplify procedures for dealing with wild animals posing a threat to human life. So when the power would be devolved to the chief conservators of forest, then the direct involvement of the state would be there. But till the time the powers are in the hands of the chief wildlife warden, the direct involvement cannot be made and the power lies in the hands of the chief wildlife warden. And the Kerala government is saying that if the amendment is done, then this will work towards simplifying the process and by enabling speedy and timely decisions to be taken at a more localized level. So if the things can be solved at the local level, then the state government or the central government need not to be worried. Then the Kerala has as of now 5 chief conservators of forest, each in charge of a different region of the state. So they have 5 CCFS, while the chief wildlife warden is 1. So this was about the demand which is increasing and the positives that can be taken out. And then what the Kerala government is saying is that it will simplify the process will be made speedy, there will be timely decision making and it will be happening at a localized level. Then declare wild boar as vermin. This is also one of the demand of the Kerala government, and it is saying that Kerala also wants the center to declare wild boar as vermin as per section 62 of the Wildlife Protection Act. So if we talk about the Wildlife Protection Act of 1972, so under the 1972 Act, there were 6 clauses, sections, but now under the amendment, after the amendment to the Wildlife Protection Act of 2022, the schedules have been reduced to 4, and it has been, the demand is saying that include the wild boar under the vermin category. And the section 62 of the Wildlife Protection Act talks about union government can notify any wild animal in schedule 2 of the act as vermin. So the power to notify any wild animal in schedule 2 is in the hands of the union government under the Wildlife Protection Act. And an animal is declared as vermin when it poses threat to life and crops. So only when a wild animal is posing threat to the crops and the life of the crops, then only it can be regarded as a vermin. And once declared a vermin, wild boar would lose its protection from hunting. So if they will come under the category of vermin, the protection which it gets under the Wildlife Protection Act Schedule 2, they will lose that protection, and under the category of vermin, they can be hunted easily, enabling the state and citizens to cull the wild boar population. So that is how the population of the wild boar will also come under control. Now about the escalating crisis in the state of Kerala, that is the increasing number of the human-animal conflict. So the government data for the year 2022-23 recorded around 8,873 wild animal attacks in the state, out of which 4,193 were by wild elephants. So elephants attack are most. Then 1,524 by wild boars, 193 by tigers, 244 by leopards, and 32 by bison. And of 98 reported deaths, so in total 98 deaths were also reported. Most were by elephant attacks. If we talk about the time period of 2017 to 2023, there were around 20,957 incidents of crop loss due to wild animal raids. See, these are factual data. Exactly, you do not have to write in your answer writing. So this data will actually help you to just estimate that yes, the problem is increasing, the problem is escalating. Of crop loss due to wild animal raids, which also killed 1,559 domestic animals, mainly cattle. And if we talk about wild boars in particular, they are notorious for the devastating farmlands. So they are very, very, very notorious when it comes to causing harm to the farmlands. Now the Wildlife Protection Amendment Act of the year 2022, which is reducing the number of schedule from 6 to 4. So schedule 1 talks about containing animal species enjoying the highest level of protection. Schedule 2 for animal species subject to a lesser degree of protection. Schedule 3 for protected plant species. And Schedule 4 for scheduled specimens under CITES. So this also give importance to CITES. So these are the 4 schedules under the Wildlife Protection Amendment Act of 2022. Now in the end, our prelims MCQ, and you people need to tell me the answer in the comment section. If a particular plant species is placed under Schedule 6 of the Wildlife Protection Act 1972, what is the implication? And this is a PYQ of the year 2020. Schedule 6 of the Wildlife Protection Act 1972. A license is required to cultivate that plant. B, such a plant cannot be cultivated under any circumstances. C, it is a genetically modified crop plant. And D, such a plant is invasive and harmful to the ecosystem. So out of this, what would be the answer? Tell me in the comment section. And that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. Till we meet next time, keep reading, keep writing, and keep subscribing to the channel. Thank you.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.